Okay, guys, we're going to jump straight into our next presentation. The presentation is on mobile payments today. So can you please give a warm welcome to Beza Orazova from DIMOCO. Thank you.
Imagine you own a football club consisting of 11 great players that could potentially lead you to, let's say, the win of Premier League. But right before a crucial match, 5 of them do not show up. And only 6 of the players actually end up hitting the field. Would you be okay with that? Then why are we okay with the fact that nearly half of your players don't ever make a deposit? Hello everyone, my name is Beza. I am Business Development Manager for DIMOCO, and I'm here to present you with a solution that might just change the way that you look at a payment method from being just a solution of money transfer to the real growth driver and a powerful conversion tool. Let's look at the payment landscape today in gambling. There are several bank transfers, mobile banking apps, credit cards, debit cards, and e-wallets that target the same exact category of players, which is predominantly male, aged between 25 and 40, and have a bank account, usually more than just one. And no matter how you look at the situation, they are in the battle for the same exact category of players. And in this day and age, when betting industry is completely driven by 2 things, which is innovation and mobile-first experience, we are rediscovering a payment method that was always there but often overlooked, which is carrier billing. It is a payment method that has started over 20 years ago with the very first mobile content types like wallpaper updates or ringtone purchases. And now, years later, with the introduction of PSD2, it has transformed into the leader in mobile purchases and has scored to be in the top 3 payment methods on Facebook. So what is actually carrier billing? It is an alternative payment method that allows depositors to make a payment into their gambling account, charging the amount to their monthly phone bill. It is an alternative payment method that is often offered instead of credit cards, instant bank transfers, or PayPal. It is available to all smartphone and mobile users. And all you need to confirm a payment is a device with a SIM card inside. Even though it is often associated with the mobile devices only, it is actually compatible with both desktop and tablets. So let's see what the player's journey would look like if he would select carrier billing as a deposit method. It consists of only a couple of steps, which is, first of all, basically he has to select carrier billing, confirm the payment, it is successful, and an SMS bill at the end. As you can see, it offers the most seamless and frictionless player journey, unlike any other payment method. If the player has his 3G data connection turned on, the phone number will be automatically detected by the network and utilized to complete the payment. All that user left to do is to press a button to confirm a payment and receives the credits on his account. However, let's say if the player is not on his 3G data and has his Wi-Fi data connection on, then DIMOCO's technology can take the step further and take the phone number that was registered on the player's account, pre-fill it into the payment page, all while keeping the element of convenience to the player. So to recap this chain, there is the telco provider, there is the gambling operator, and there's DIMOCO connecting the 2 and transmitting information. However, DIMOCO can be far more than just that. DIMOCO is a carrier billing aggregator that will help you bypass all middlemen from both contractual and technical point of view. With over 200 direct telco connections, DIMOCO can give you access to 1.5 billion customers around the globe with a payment method in their hand, and all through just a single API. So let's start with the powerful part. And before I go on here, I would like to ask the audience to raise your hand if you remember your credit card number by heart. Anyone? And anyone remembers their phone number by heart? I think you see where I'm going with this. A casual player is far more likely to remember his phone digits. Like my dad still remembers the phone number he owned 30 years ago, but has quite the trouble to remember the name of the bank he's currently with. So here I would like to present you with an example of a real-life scenario that could happen every day. Let's say this is Pete. Pete is having the time of his life at the stadium. His gut feeling, plus the 4 beers he downed earlier, are telling him that his team is definitely going to win tonight. Seeing all the ads and banners on the field, it reminds him of his betting account created a while back. So he pulls out his phone, quickly logs in, chooses the bet he'd like to place, but then having to fill out all the blanks like full name, CVV code, expiry date just seems too overwhelming and too distracting from the action. So naturally, he just leaves the website and forgets all about it. Where I'm leading with this is that currently sportsbook operators invest huge amounts into the halftime commercials, branded jerseys, advertisements. We are sparking an interest, creating the excitement in the player, but give no option to the game viewer to make a deposit without any extra hassle of taking out a credit card or pre-filling the details. It is proven that you have the attention of the end user for 7 seconds on a single page. So the choice is yours to have the player use those seconds to look for his login details or to press a button and confirm a payment. The lost interest in the player will eventually land him in your churn group, expanding the size of this group for a variety of reasons, and one of them being the available payment methods. 41% of players claim that available deposit methods is the most important factor that they look at when choosing a new place to bet. And we talk very often about ROI in this industry. And it's no secret that player acquisition is the biggest investment that you make. With an average acquisition campaign costing you around 100 euro CPA, and I'm really lowballing it here, it is in a way a gamble in itself. So allowing your players to experience a whole new way of making a deposit will allow you to use the in-house resources to bring the long-gone players back to the game. And it's not me just talking about some hypothetical scenarios. We've actually got some data to prove it. 55% of online consumers claim that mobile payments makes buying and paying less complicated, while 70% of users under the age of 40 say that they would like to use mobile payments once it's made available to them. Out of that, 47% say that mobile payments allows them the convenience of no longer having to check if they have enough money in their wallet or in their bank account. So let's get to the most intriguing part, which is compliance. Working in the gambling industry, something that you realize very quickly is that no matter how amazing or revolutionary your product is, there is no future if it's not 100% compliant. And DIMOCO, being a financially licensed institution, it is our priority to remain within the frames of every gambling legislation of the countries we're active in. Obviously, we have to comply with the gambling legislation, with the telco provider, and with the financial institution in the given country. But besides that, carrier billing also means that the end user will be always identified. Before getting a contract with a telco, every single user has to pass a KYC check, which adds another layer of security and makes sure that you're creating a safe environment for punters to pay. In addition, telcos also have the ability of differentiating plus 18 users, which is an additional layer of security that protects you. Next up is the €50 limit per transaction. This is something to make sure that the players are never in a situation of overspending the limit. Plus €300 guarantees, €300 limit per month guarantees that your players will never be in a situation of an overly accumulated bill. This is something that was introduced by PSD2. Next up is the strong customer authentication. It is something that the industry has been buzzing about for quite a few months now. It is related to all the online payments that are being processed within the European Economic Area. However, carrier billing is one of the very few payment methods that are exempt from strong customer authentication. It means that the transaction will remain seamless and frictionless, while other payment methods will see a setback in their revenue from the implementation of SCA. And last but not least is the fraud. So something that is worth mentioning is that fraud cannot be committed unless the person committing fraud has the device in hand. So as long as the devices are safe and secure, the chance of fraud is greatly minimized. However, in addition to that, DIMOCO's very own smart transaction monitoring solution makes sure that you are able to control every single transaction that is being done with default and customizable features like roaming tracking, location, deposit frequency, and etc. The best example here is the UK market. Having one of the strictest gambling regulations in the world, carrier billing has proven to be one of the more successful payment methods and keeps striving to this day. Over 1 million carrier billing users have chosen it as their preferred payment method when gambling online, bypassing newspapers, adult content, and dating services. In addition to that, betting has also scored number 3 by year-on-year growth of carrier billing users in general, giving the way up to only charities with 34% and entertainment with 26%. And here I would like to say that carrier billing in its large application is relatively new to the betting industry. However, there is great amount of potential behind. As I mentioned before, it's not only a payment method. Our direct connection to telcos allows us to be agile and innovative at the same time, starting with the big SMS campaigns up to elaborate targeting. For the past 19 years, DIMOCO has been doing only one thing, and that is reaching the users our customers could never before. And to finalize all of this, I would like to say the following. The current betting space is tough. It is saturated with big and small brands, all trying to reach maximum amount of their players, but actually achieving around 30 to 40%. So my question is here off to you. How do you feel about making it 100%? Thank you.